bit of interest around our championship. And if we go to last year's Superbike Championship, that was won by Daniel Meaden by only 1 point. It's Super Pole that can make a big difference. So there you go, away they go for our what we call Super Motard lining up. And Motard's racing at its best. Pete Byers, James Clark, Darcy Prendergast. Keen to look out for James. Great to have the Wanganui man, his first ever trip down here to Teretonga. Loving it as part of the BurtMunro Challenge. Only got married last Saturday and on his honeymoon. No better place to go for your honeymoon than go to Invercargill in the BurtMunro. He's been here for have a go. Southland Honda have a go day on Wednesday, of course. Hill climb on Thursday. Beach race yesterday. And in fact, he was actually here for the practice day yesterday and back on the track today. Oh, look at that. Real tussle going on there in that fight for third place. Just when one was trying to look up the inside through to Macaulay Ford S's. There was no way to go and nearly got off the grass. If there's ever a bike that can handle getting off the grass, it would in fact be a Motard machine, as they're effectively an off-road bike modified for on-road use. And great to see that the rider just backed off that fraction. There's no point in going in the grass because it would be a very wet grass here today, and holding traction after the overnight rain would be a challenge, to be polite about it. So with enough challenges by nature, we'll just sticking to the task heel, I think. And here we go. Oh, Darcy all the way. Darcy Pete from James this time. Well, we've turned it upside down. Darcy Prendergast was third. He's now first. Pete Byers was first. He's now second. And James Clark is third, and he was second. So, he was second. So I think that was on. Pete was, that was right. I think I've said it right. You get the idea, folks. Carter Strang in there ahead of Barry Summers from Matt Horton. Alan Henry from Cole Scammell. Still love Cole's work on the big Hayabusa for the drags on Thursday night here at Teretonga. Man, that is spectacular. It is a real thrilling part of the BurtMunro now. Can't emphasise enough. It's only been added really for about the last 3 years. It was a demonstration 1 year and proved how good it is, and loved the team from Southern Drags. Man, they know how to organise a good drag event, and they've got one of their events coming up actually in the Gore district in a couple of weeks' time. So want to know more about what's happening with fast cars and fast bikes here in Southland? Check them out, Southern Drags. And the team hosted an exceptional event, and look forward to having that as a regular contributor to the BurtMunro Challenge, the BMC. Of course, only going to get bigger and better, more athletes, more stars, more riders, everybody focusing on next year already. Here we are. Pete Byers coming at you. There we are with Darcy up there on the 450. Remembering Pete Byers has got the 550. That's 100cc more, and it's a twin rather than a single as well. So it will be a fraction heavier, and for the 100cc's, there's not a lot of difference between them, as you can see by that. If anything, the difference is in the power along the straight. But when it comes to the racing itself, the actual single cylinder is a better balanced bike to be on the tighter part of the infield, such as the Castrol curve here at Teretonga. And through there he goes nicely. Darcy Prendergast. Darcy used to turn up here on an XR 600, and they were a great single cylinder beast, but they weren't as competitive actually as the 450 that he's riding now. Yes, might have had 200cc's more, but not of the high performance technology that you see out of a modern 450 based engine. So well done to Darcy. He's going for it here at the moment. Man, does he ever want it or what? It is neat to see. I love the change of form that riders can often do, and give the man an opportunity to be in the front of a field, and he's taking every launch at it. Moto South proud to be behind our Super Motard and going for it. The man from Rolleston and Canterbury on the 2016 model Honda CRF 450, the number 71, Darcy Prendergast. Look at him side by side again. Here we go. Looking out for Pete Byers, trying to use that CC advantage and squeeze through. Slipstream. Now pull out and tuck down on the inside. Will he try and take it? Oh, look at that. There's only a bike length between them as they peel into turn number one. Super spectacular to watch. A great bit of racing. But then if you notice, the 450 actually pulls out. So the bike going in there, the 550 goes in a little faster and harder, but doesn't get the advantage on the corner. That's where the 450's back into its own. So now the margin is lost there. They were much closer than that. Another 200 metres back on the track as all of this goes on. James Cheezel Clark is right in on the action as well and holding on to a superb third place there at this stage. He had a great race in the last one. In fact, he held the lead for quite some time until Pete Byers pipped him. So this is really going to upset the apple cart as far as the points collation is concerned, as these guys giving of their all in the pursuit of excellence of trying to be number one in Moto South Super Motard racing. The only place in town to catch the real thing, of course, BurtMunro's and the world's fastest Indian, authentic, original and legendary. Catch it at E. Hayes on D Street here in Invercargill. Here we are with the challenge, 1, 2, 3, and Pete Byers is there from Darcy, and now look out for James. Here he comes, the Cheezel Custom man himself, and trying to get up on the inside. Will he get through and move up to one? No, still there in third, can't get past Darcy. He did last time. Pete Byers the winner last time, he's back into the lead this time. Then the 2 450 boys that are after the 550. It's the CC capacity of the 3 bikes there. That's why the word open for Super Motard. S2 racing is more popular, particularly in the North Island, where you see something like the Suzuki International Series, and it has a 450cc limit. So Pete Byers' bike would be ineligible to be racing in an event like that. So it means they're closer together as a field. Oh, there it is on the inside through McCall. Yes, it's beautiful to watch for the Cheezel Custom man himself. Great work on the Aramax Couriers supported bike. So going for the glory there. The number 10 on the Honda. The CRF 450R, the 2018 model of Aramax Mastercraft Kitchens, Cheezel Customs, Wanganui's James Clark. He had a fantastic Suzuki International Series this year, finishing in our top 3. So we know his calibre and capability, and he's showing it here on his brand new racetrack. Never been here before. Here we are with the white flag, the symbol of 1 lap to go, being held here at the Mobile 1 finish line. So there he goes, Pete Byers, and there it is with James, and then going back to Darcy. Darcy must be gutted. He did all that good work and held on so long. Pete overtakes him in the end, and so too does James. So the order of the finish at this stage exactly as it was in that last race. Pete Byers, James Clark, Darcy Prendergast. So we've talked all about those top 3. We've better go back to the Carter and Barry show, putting on a good one back in there. So Carter Strang included in there. He's on the Husqvarna FE 450. Now the FE 450 is actually the Enduro model. The E stands for the Enduro model. So that's a different kind of a bike to have turned. It will have higher gearing, but generally maybe not enough performance. But hey, I'm sure being at Strang Automotive, they can get more out of the performance, and maybe they wanted to get the Enduro bike. So you've effectively got the FC, the FE, and the FS as the 3 different models that Husqvarna put out of their 450cc machine. So magnificent motorcycle available from Power Zone up there in Balclutha, the Southern Region's Husqvarna dealer, and a magnificent bike on a moto track in any shape or form. Here we go, checkered flag time. Pete Byers does it. There's James. Yes, he acknowledges the second. Darcy gets the third. Looking out for that next battle with then Carter and Barry. And there's Carter to do it on a Husky. Yes, Barry right on behind him. On the ex-Craig Flood Daryl Atkins race, Rip It Up Energy Drink supported Aprilia. So that's an Aprilia in the lead, and an Aprilia for 5th place as well. So great to see the Aprilia SXV 550 identical bikes as used by Barry. Although Barry's model says it's a VDB as compared to the SXV. Unsure of that. 2005 versus 2007. I'm pretty sure if you put them side by side, they'd be pretty similar. Oh, the factory one. Thank you, John. Really appreciate that. There you go. So the ex-factory bike there of Barry's. So yeah, well done. Good run to the local man. That was sort of when I caught up with Barry, as we do annually here, and said what sort of year you had, Barry. He said, well, actually, I've only done one other meeting. He's been very busy with work. So as much as the work had given him more income and a better year financially secure, it was in fact less time to go racing. So a bit of a catch-22 scenario. So real nice guy, one of the Southland people that you'll love. He's got a favourite of mine too, of course, the old Ford Transit van with the big 6-cylinder engine inside it. So it's sort of like he's a classic rider. He rides a classic bike and he drives a classic van. He's got everything classic about him. He's a true Southlander, rolling his R's as well. So good on you, Barry. Love to have you on board with us. You are part of what this event stands for, Mr. Barry Summers. So there we go. All right, so Pete Byers, James Clark, Darcy Prendergast, Carter Strang, and Barry Summers make our top 5. That is Super Motard Race 2.